Okay, welcome everybody back to the Boostly podcast, and today I'm going to be sharing with you another channel that has propped up and gotten even more popular over the course of what I'd say the last 18 months. It's Vrbo. So Vrbo used to be obviously home and away and all of those things before they've now settled on this name Vrbo, V-R-B-O, and it's starting to get a little bit of traction.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely. If you want my respect, you better put direct. Here are the words in the podcast, that's what comes next.
So for those of you that don't know, Vrbo is part of the Expedia group. And this is, if you think of Expedia, you think of hotels. And if you were to go to the Expedia group, you will see that they own lots of different chains and brands and whatnot. Don't be shocked to hear this, because Booking.com do the same with the Booking Holidays group. They've got Agoda, etc. But Vrbo is part of the Expedia group, and it is Expedia's way of getting into the vacation rentals. And it is a platform that is just like any other listing site. And the number one tip that I will give to anybody when it comes to listing sites is to make your listing sticky. That is the whole thing. Whether you want to get rank higher in the Airbnb algorithms, the Booking.com algorithms, and the Vrbo algorithms, just make your listing sticky. Now, what do I mean by that? Your pictures are going to be everything. Just like with Airbnb, just like with Booking.com, your pictures are key. So please do not cheap out on your photography. Get a professional, get proper pictures done, get them properly edited, and just make them stand out. You want to really make sure that your property is appealing to your niche. So the cool thing about these listing sites is that you can upgrade and update them at any point. You should never be setting and forgetting your listing sites. You should be looking to update them for the season. So what do I mean by that? Those of you that are watching this in popular ski or winter locations, obviously it's not snow whole year round. And you've done this for years. So you've got ski in the winter and you've got summer, obviously it's more hiking, etc. So you're very used to swapping out your pictures. But that doesn't mean that people in, say, cities and whatnot can't do this as well. So in the summer, you're going to show more lighter, more brighter pictures. And maybe in the winter, you're going to look and go for the more higgy sort of feel, snuggy, warm, cozy, etc. Obviously November time, it's really good to put up maybe a Christmas tree, etc. Get those pictures up. So the picture tells everything. And those of you that are regularly keeping updated, those of you that are really narrowed down on your niche and who you're appealing to will get the viewers. So how do you make it sticky? Is they see your image, the first image, the USP, unique selling photo, as I like to call it, or as my buddy Sean Rocky G calls it, your hero picture. Is that first image that sucks the guest in, makes them click and come onto your listing. Now, the longer you can get somebody to sit on your listing, to look at more pictures, maybe read your images, etc., maybe save you as a favorite. So this is a really cool Airbnb hack. If you can get somebody to save you on the shortlist, that is Airbnb's way of going, oh, hang on a second, this is a popular one. So again, the more times you can get added to a shortlist on Airbnb, then the more times you'll start to appear in the search rankings, etc. But it's the same with Vrbo. Get people to stick on your listing, and that click through to then the next step is all important. So obviously this podcast and whole of Boostly is about direct bookings, and there's so many ways that I can show and help you to convert a OTA booking to a direct one. And over the course of the next couple of videos, I will share some of them with you. So as you know, these are daily. My goal in 2021 is to do a daily podcast every day to give you, the host, all the help that you need in the big recovery, the big bounce back, the big revenge travel. So please do stick around. If this is the first time that you've tuned in, make sure that you follow, subscribe, hit the like button, share it with a friend or into Facebook groups, and I'll be back tomorrow with another tip. If you want to find out more tips, go to boostly.co.uk/podcast. podcast. Okay, everybody, that's enough for today. Wherever you are tuning in from, I hope you're having a good one. Remember, be proactive, don't be reactive, and let's go and get some direct bookings. But obviously, to get those direct bookings, you need to be everywhere. This is why being on sites like Vrbo and Airbnb and Booking.com, etc. is really important, because you've got to get the eyes. The next steps, and what I want to show you, is how you turn those OTA bookings into direct bookings. And for that, you need to tune in tomorrow. So I'll be back then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.